Question right here. Do you ever put your friend's business out on social media?
Yeah.
Why?
They do it to me.
Who?
Young Miami.
No, she don't.
Yeah, she do.
What she say about you?
She say a lot.
No, she don't.
She put my personal business out there. That's how I started Crucial Please, because she just kept naming multiple men that I was dating just to the world. Why
so you a cheater?
No, I was dating multiple men. I would have to be in a
time.
relationship to be cheating on somebody.
Right.
I'm a bachelor, eligible.
Things just got real. And if you thought the drama between Diddy and Young Miami couldn't get any messier, Saucy Santana just flipped the whole script. Once thought to be ride-or-die besties, it now looks like Santana's done playing the loyal friend. With Diddy's legal battles heating up and Jane Doe dropping bombshell testimony, the feds have started looking into everyone in Diddy's circle, including Miami and Santana. But here's the twist. Instead of staying quiet, Santana is not just talking. He brought receipts. And when I say receipts, I mean he came prepared, like he's been bracing for this day to come. Screenshots, videos, voice notes, text threads, even emails. Santana didn't leave anything to chance. It's like he knew the ship was going down and decided to jump off before it sank. But what shook people most wasn't just the evidence, it was who it was aimed at. Turns out, Young Miami isn't just under fire from the public. Now her former right-hand man is putting her on full blast. Allegations are swirling that Miami may have played a bigger role in Diddy's controversial lifestyle than anyone realized. Some are even suggesting she helped introduce other men, allegedly, including Santana himself too. Diddy in situations that now have federal investigators raising eyebrows. And while Miami has kept her public statements light and flirtatious in the past, trying to pass off her connection to Diddy as casual fun, Jane Doe painted a very different picture in court. According to her testimony, Diddy and Young Miami weren't just hooking up. They were in what appeared to be a committed, public relationship. Meanwhile, Jane, who said she was also romantically involved with Diddy, had to watch him flaunt his bond with Miami for the cameras, while being kept in the shadows. "That was not what I signed up for," Jane told the court. The breaking point. When Diddy gifted Miami a luxury Maybach, Jane confronted him and demanded a Van Cleef jewelry set, and he gave it to her. Now here's where Santana's name enters the courtroom. In those same documents, Jane reportedly hinted at a wider circle of people entangled in Diddy's personal affairs, including Santana. Though the exact claims haven't been made public, sources close to the case say Santana's name came up enough times that he felt the walls closing in and decided to speak first before anyone else could. At this point, it's not just about who was dating who, it's about potential criminal exposure, manipulative power dynamics, and the unraveling of an entire inner circle that was once glamorized on social media. And as Santana distances himself from Young Miami, it sends a clear message. This is survival mode. Loyalty takes a back seat when federal investigators are knocking. The real question now is, how much deeper does this go? And what will Young Miami say now that the material girl himself has turned over every receipt? Stay tuned, because if this is just the beginning, we haven't seen the wildest part yet. So here's where the drama takes a sharp left turn. Allegedly, Saucy Santana has been living a double life behind the glitz and glam. According to court testimonies and whispers circling the Diddy investigation, Santana might have been more than just a flashy rapper and Young Miami's bestie. Jane Doe, a key figure in the case, dropped a shocking claim. She first met Santana, not through the music sign but at one of Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. And get this, allegedly, he was there working as an escort. Now, she didn't name names outright when she talked about seeing Santana again at another high-profile rapper's private party. But she did make it clear the artist was tight with Diddy and a global rap icon, the real jaw-dropper, that Santana allegedly showed up at that second event doing the same escort work. Jane described a particular night in January 2024 when she ended up in a Las Vegas hotel room with another A-list rapper, a male escort, and several others. During court, her lawyer referred to the unnamed rapper as a music industry icon. The event was reportedly in celebration of the rapper's girlfriend's birthday. But it took a wild turn when a male entertainer allegedly hired by Diddy showed up to entertain. Jane claimed she'd seen this very same escort, hinting at Santana again, travel with the rapper and his significant other before. Still, she was stunned to see him at the dinner. But the story didn't stop there. After Jane's appearance at that rapper's party, Diddy allegedly found out and he wasn't happy. Apparently, Santana tipped him off, and Diddy confronted Jane, furious that she'd gone to someone else's freak-off. According to her, Diddy told her, "How could you go to another man's freak-off? and even more heatedly added, "I can't believe you went outside of us." Fans wasted no time dragging Santana after these claims, suggesting that he was making his money off being a paid escort for rich and powerful men, especially as questions about his career momentum began to swirl. Being openly gay isn't the controversy. What's raising eyebrows is the implication that Santana's nightlife and alleged side hustle have been tied to powerful figures in the music industry for a while. And Santana, allegedly, he's not keeping quiet. He's reportedly been revealing everything, especially about how Young Miami may have played a key role in introducing him to that world. As Diddy's legal chaos intensifies, Young Miami has been trying to put distance between herself and the bad boy mogul. She's publicly insisted things were never that serious, but Santana's alleged testimony paints a completely different picture. One where Miami was not only very involved but also loving the lifestyle. And honestly, it's not hard to believe. Miami's past interviews were filled with quotes about how serious she and Diddy were. She once bragged, "People don't know what we've got going on. Me and him, we're going to be married." This was around the same time Diddy publicly defended her on Twitter, insisting she was never a side chick, calling her important and special, and warning that he doesn't play about her. Still, the shift in Miami's tone since Diddy's arrest has been noticeable. She's been downplaying their relationship, but Santana's alleged statements challenged that narrative, and he wasn't finished yet. He brought up how her name came up in multiple lawsuits filed against Diddy, particularly the explosive one, filed by Lil Rod. According to that lawsuit, in Miami, on Thanksgiving 2022. Diddy allegedly asked his team to help him and Young Miami use illegal substances in a studio bathroom. One witness said Diddy waited until later that night to party with Miami instead. Santana claimed he never touched anything like that himself, but the court documents say Young Miami allegedly helped Diddy not just use but also move and deliver substances wherever he needed them. In one filing, it's even alleged that during rehearsals for the Something in the Water festival, Diddy was seen doing lines in his dressing room. At one point, he reportedly asked for a specific item that someone forgot to bring. And that's when another associate allegedly stepped in. At this point, the web is tangled, and Santana's name is right in the center of it, whether he's trying to save himself or finally done protecting old friends. One thing is clear. This isn't just messy gossip. It's part of a larger storm that's still unraveling. Things behind the scenes just keep getting deeper. And the dots are finally starting to connect. According to some explosive claims, Young Miami might have played a bigger role in Diddy's lifestyle than most people realized. So much so that it allegedly caused a serious falling out between her and Saucy Santana a few years back. At the time, nobody really knew what drove the wedge between them, especially since both parties stayed quiet. But now, Santana is reportedly spilling everything. And it's not looking good for Miami. He claims that the tension started when she allegedly tried to pressure him into getting romantically involved with Diddy despite the fact that Diddy and Miami were already a thing. Santana, apparently uncomfortable with the whole situation, says he wasn't interested and eventually distanced himself, leading to a messy split between the former besties. Though it's unclear how they ended up reconnecting, rumors suggest they patched things up briefly, and Santana allegedly did end up linking with Diddy at some point. But here's where the pattern starts to emerge. Santana isn't the only one who claims Miami tried to play matchmaker. Word is, she allegedly attempted to recruit others for Diddy too, including influencer and rapper Chrisean Rock. If that name sounds familiar, it's because Rock's been seen hanging around big names in the industry like Lil Baby. But her unexpected appearance at one of Diddy's parties in 2023 had fans scratching their heads. During that party, Diddy was reportedly caught on camera trying to kiss her, and her uncomfortable reaction didn't go unnoticed. Yet, despite that awkward moment, Rock later appeared to be enjoying herself. Video clips from later that night showed her and Miami dancing together, which sparked even more questions. Then Blueface's mom, Carlissa, chimed in confirming what many had been whispering. According to her, Miami was actively trying to recruit Chrisean for Diddy. In fact, Carlissa said it so plainly, it had people wondering just how deep this alleged recruiting scheme really went. Carlissa, never one to bite her tongue, claimed she had insider info and insisted she'd spill it all on her podcast. She hinted that Diddy and Miami were trying to get Rock away from him, presumably Blueface, promising her a glamorous lifestyle in exchange for loyalty and silence. She even quoted a moment where Diddy allegedly said something strange like, "She just needs love." suggesting he was trying to emotionally manipulate Rock. If true, this would back up what Santana has been saying, that Miami wasn't just involved, she was allegedly facilitating Diddy's behavior, even offering up people in her circle. Suddenly, Santana's earlier claims don't seem so far. If Miami had a pattern of bringing people around Diddy and encouraging them to entertain him, that paints a much darker picture. Industry watchers have long speculated about the nature of Santana and Diddy's relationship too. Rumors first started circulating after JT and Miami had a very public fallout on Twitter. During that heated exchange, JT threw some serious shade and made it known she wasn't afraid to air out secrets. She tweeted cryptically about someone playing dumb, and then flat out said, "Carisha, please, and this time, leave Santana at home." That line sent fans into a frenzy, wondering what exactly she knew. Turns out, she might have known a lot. Shortly after that tweet, DJ Academics caught wind of the whispers and lit the fire even more, claiming Santana and Diddy weren't just friends, they were allegedly involved romantically. This claim, bold and scandalous, got people talking fast, and it didn't stop there. On an episode of his podcast featuring Whack 100 and others, Academics tried steering the conversation into Diddy's possible role in Tupac's death. But Whack, instead of answering directly, veered into Diddy's present-day escapades, specifically the wild parties he's known for throwing, and the controversial things that supposedly happen behind closed doors. Whack didn't confirm any specifics, but he made it clear that he believes Diddy's circle is filled with secrets, and that the things happening at those parties could have serious consequences. While he dodged the Tupac question, his focus on Diddy's alleged behavior only added fuel to the already raging fire. If all these pieces are true, it paints a picture of a powerful circle where loyalty, silence, and manipulation go hand in hand, from Santana's alleged recruiting experience, to Christian's uncomfortable party moment, to JT calling things out, and insiders like Carlissa speaking up. There seems to be a deeper, more disturbing story unraveling behind all the glitz and filters. To really understand what Whack 100 was referring to when he talked about parties, you have to rewind to a viral moment from Diddy's appearance on the Drink Champs podcast. In that clip, Diddy's behavior was questionable, to say the least. He was acting overly affectionate with rapper Felius, practically begging him to party with him in a way that didn't sound like your average club night. At one point, he even said, "Why won't you party with me for your birthday?" while slurring and calling him daddy. It gave a lot of people secondhand embarrassment and left many wondering what Diddy really meant by party. But Whack 100 didn't stop there. He took things up a notch by claiming that Diddy, Saucy Santana, and Young Miami were all allegedly involved in these mysterious parties, implying that there was a whole other level of wildness happening behind closed doors, and not just wild in a celebrity way, but in a way that raised serious eyebrows about what actually went on at these events. Whack even doubled down when challenged, saying something like, "You the one who said Saucy Santana and Puff was having parties, don't act like you didn't," making it clear he wasn't backing down from the insinuation. With all this noise swirling, Santana eventually tried to clear the air by publicly denying everything. He insisted that he never had anything going on with Diddy, romantically or sexually, calling the rumors corny and flat-out false. In an interview, Santana seemed genuinely frustrated, saying, "I don't even play like that. Carisha, Young Miami don't even play like that either." He said the gossip had bothered him for a long time and didn't understand why people were so quick to believe it. But fans didn't exactly buy the denial. If anything, the rumors only spread faster. People started speculating that maybe the whole relationship between Diddy and Young Miami was just for show-up, smokescreen meant to cover up a different kind of truth. The theory that Santana was the one actually linked to Diddy, and Miami was there as a distraction. Then things really got messy. Santana claimed that Young Miami was the one who first started leaking details about his alleged connection with Diddy. According to him, she casually exposed his personal business during her Carisha Please interviews, naming men he was dating, and implying things that weren't public. He said she was reckless and disloyal, and that's what started their falling out, and now, Santana seems to be done holding back. He's reportedly threatening to release a video that allegedly shows Young Miami receiving a golden shower from Diddy's. That kind of golden shower. And while that sounds wild, what's even messier is that Young Miami herself once went on record saying she liked golden showers during a podcast segment. She wasn't shy either. She described it, laughed about it, and even owned the freaky label. But once Diddy got arrested and the scrutiny started piling on, she quickly tried to walk it back. First, she claimed she never said Diddy was the one who did that with her. Then she pivoted and insisted the whole golden shower story was just a marketing stunt to promote her adult card game. In a tweet, she responded to a fan who said, "I fell in love with you when I found out you like getting peed on," by retweeting and saying, "I was playing. Ain't no ninja ever peed on me. I did that to promote my card game and it worked." What started as whispers and subliminals has now erupted into open war, and Santana's not backing down. With lawsuits circling Diddy and old associates being dragged into the spotlight, Santana has stepped forward with what he claims is real, damning evidence. He's not just talking anymore, he's warning. According to him, this isn't just about petty drama or an old grudge. This is about accountability, about exposure, about cleaning house. In a series of cryptic live streams and social media posts, Santana has repeatedly hinted that he's sitting on footage that allegedly shows a certain female celebrity not only socializing with Diddy but playing a more disturbing role behind the scenes. He's described her as the bridge between Diddy and some of the people he allegedly exploited. Not just a party guest, not just a bystander, but someone who actively facilitated connections, smoothed over problems, and kept everyone quiet, at least until now. This woman, a major name in the entertainment and influencer world, has publicly denied any involvement beyond social settings. She's framed herself as an innocent bystander, someone who knew Diddy socially but never crossed any lines. But Santana is calling her bluff. In his words, "You weren't just there, baby, you were working the room." He claims she was recruiting, offering reassurances to nervous newcomers, and even calming victims down after incidents. He's dared her to deny it again, knowing what he claims to have in his possession, and while some dismissed his claims as attention-seeking at first, the tone is shifting. Quickly, a few industry insiders have quietly backed his story, telling reporters and bloggers off the record that Santana knows more than he's saying. One even claimed Santana was present at multiple private events and that his closeness to the inner circle means his receipts might be more than just talk. He's reportedly working with legal counsel now, possibly preparing to submit what he knows to investigators. Sources close to Santana say he's tired of watching the media sanitize stories and protect celebrities with enough power or PR firepower. According to them, this is personal now. Santana allegedly feels he was used, discarded, and left vulnerable while the people who helped orchestrate some of the alleged abuse got to walk away untouched, smiling for photos and doing brand deals. This raises serious questions. If Santana's claims are real, how deep does this network go? Who else knew what was happening behind those mansion doors and yacht decks? Were there other handlers quietly managing and recruiting for Diddy? Or was this woman an outlier? And if she really did play that role, why? Was she promised protection, money, or was she simply complicit, swept up in the power and pretending not to see the consequences? Some fans are starting to piece together the timeline, matching old photos, IG stories, flight manifests, and tabloid sightings to the alleged events. A few believe the footage Santana could connect the dots between several now infamous parties and incidents that have since sparked lawsuits. Others suspect his material may include not just recordings, but messages, emails, or financial trails. What's more, Santana's timing couldn't be more explosive. With federal and state investigations intensifying against Diddy, and several accusers filing suits that mention unnamed accomplices, Santana's evidence, if real, could play a role in blowing this entire case wide open. Prosecutors are known to rely on inside witnesses and corroborating media to establish patterns of behavior, particularly in trafficking or abuse cases. Santana, as someone who was once part of that elite inner circle, might be exactly the kind of witness they're looking for. And if he's serious about what he's said, if he really does plan to drag everybody to the light, this could be just the beginning of a larger domino effect. Other former insiders might step forward, especially if Santana paves the way and doesn't suffer backlash. He's already hinted that he's not the only one sitting on receipts, just the first to stop protecting the guilty. Public pressure is mounting, social media's buzzing with speculation, Reddit threads are connecting dots, and watchdog accounts are combing through old content, looking for clues. The court of public opinion is no longer passive, it's demanding answers. So now, the question isn't just whether Diddy will fall, it's who falls with him, and whether Santana, once dismissed as messy or dramatic, might be the unlikely truth-teller we didn't see coming. One thing's for sure, If that footage drops and, if it's what Santana says it is, this won't just be a scandal, it'll be a reckoning. The industry might finally be forced to answer for what it allowed behind closed doors, and the silence that let it all happen. Stay tuned. The curtain's lifting.